Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the full moon forecast for each life path number for the full moon that's occurring on May 12th or 13th, depending on where you live in the world. Before we get into the forecast, this is a general reading. If you would like your own personal numerology reading, please book some time with me. My information's in the description box below, and I would love to work with you. All right, let's take a look. Life Path 33-6, you are going to be working with the vibrations of the 55, so 505, and the 51-6. So let's talk about the 51-6 first. It's interesting, family is coming in really, really strongly around this full moon. But it's some interesting energies, especially with the 51. The 51 can kind of bring in some disagreements, some potential hostilities. You could see some legal actions being taken at this time, legal dealings, lawsuits, that sort of thing. So I would say if that is part of your storyline around this full moon, just be alert, right? Just stand your guard against anyone doing anything wrongful against you or loved ones, etc. And I think you'll find that any injustices will be corrected around this time, or you'll get clarity around anything that may have happened that felt like an injustice, something like that. It's kind of this energy where it's like truth will prevail type of thing. Like you'll be able to see very clearly the truth of the situation versus the falsehood, and make your decisions accordingly. But there's kind of a heavy energy with this 51, and it's just encouraging you to not take things at face value, but to go deeper. And that's where you're going to find the truth of whatever it is that you're searching for. But in that process, don't let your emotions get the best of you to where it starts to impede your ability to understand the situation. So try to stay impartial as much as possible. Weigh all the options, weigh all of the situation, right? Like weigh the cases fairly. Try to stay fair as you move through whatever it may be that you might be moving through. And I would say also to, do your investigative work, go deeper. This is really an energy about going deeper and getting to the truth of the situation beyond what is being presented to you. Right? It's not about being overly suspicious or overly skeptical. It's just about doing your due diligence to make sure that what is being presented to you is the truth of the situation. You might also during this time find alternative ways of handling your certain areas of your life at this time. New perspectives can come in, new clarity, new ideas for pursuing whatever it is that you want to pursue and handling your affairs in whatever way that looks for you. But things could be different. Things could be shifting at this time. And I would say through that shifting process, try to keep a positive outlook, try to keep an optimistic frame of mind. And, you will overcome any challenges that you might be facing at this time or any opposition. There is a very strong energy here when it comes to opposition. And that can be through competitiveness. That can be someone, taking credit for your work. That can be, whatever kind of deception may arise at this time. For some of you, it might go to the extreme again of like lawsuits and the law getting involved. But for a majority of you, it's probably going to be more about, someone, again, like taking credit for your work. And then like, how are you going to handle that? How are you going to move through that? And how are you going to get some kind of justice through that without taking it to an extreme or, without making the situation sort of worse than it is type thing, and getting that justice that you're looking for. So really interesting energies. It's kind of like, you are your own best advocate. And that's what I would really say with this energy. You are your own best advocate. So make sure that you're advocating for yourself, especially in situations that feel a little bit hairy or just feel a little bit sticky. Listen carefully and follow your intuition. That is going to be one of your greatest guideposts. And that's going to kind of push you to dig deeper in the areas that you need to dig deeper in. And it will keep you on track so that you're not going down a bunch of rabbit holes and creating stories that don't need to be there, or creating a mess out of something that isn't a mess. Now, it's interesting because though that 50 energy feels, that 51 energy feels a little heavy, right? It's a little heavier of an energy. The 50 energy is incredibly beautiful. It's very much about, support and love and feeling very supported from those you care about. This is can be an extremely active period of socializing with family, with friends, with, again, feeling very supported. Now, you might have to ask for that support if you need it, but you can see that come through now. You might see a special person enter your life that can be very significant on your journey moving forward. You could see your relationships that you already have go deeper and bring much fulfillment. You could see a lot of changes occur now that can actually set you up for much love and happiness moving forward. Some of you might be moving at this time. You might move into a new environment. That can be like work-wise, but it can also be maybe you're moving locations, maybe you're changing house, something like that at this time. That's very, very possible. And you can get a lot of fulfillment out of that, even if at first it doesn't feel like it, because you're in the midst of this, a lot of change, really. You got a lot of 5 energy that you're working with. There's a lot of like shakeups and shifts that are likely going to occur around this full moon, but they all promise a greater future. They all promise greater fulfillment. Even if you have to alter your present situation significantly to your benefit. So very interesting energies here. But overall, this is a cycle that really encourages you to enjoy each other, to enjoy your friends, your family, to get the support that you may need in order to relax, to not try to take everything on and not be sort of everything to everybody. So yeah, interesting energy. And also I would say if you do find yourself in some kind of like legal entanglement, or there's some kind of, again, that opposition or that heaviness, the vibration of the 50 says, call on your support team, right? Like ask for the support that you need. You do not have to face it alone, whatever it may be. And it's going to sort of remind you like of how much you're loved, how much you are truly supported. A lot of times people don't offer that support unless it's asked for, because they don't want to sort of intervene or sort of impose. But you might find that you need it at this time. And I would say, ask for it and then be open to receiving it. So I hope it's a great 133s. Very interesting energies that y'all are working with. But what's new? Hope it's a great one. Take care. Bye for now.